Hey, what's going on, guys? So one question I got a lot when I was running the old channel is why weren't the Uchiha clan reanimated by Kabuto for the 4th Great Ninja War? And that's a very valid question, and in fact I had even uploaded a video covering this topic on the old platform. However, due to some things that are outside of my control, you guys were never able to see that, and so I'm taking certain precautions. So I'm not going to be using the same script that I used for the old video, but instead I'm going to be talking to you guys in a one-on-one setting, so kind of like big brother to little brother or best friend to best friend. So when you look at this topic, there's a lot of potential, and one of the things that really stands out is the Uchiha clan were one of the 4 noble clans who set up Konoha, and in fact it's like they're royalty to Konoha when you think about it. And so when you look at that, and then you look at the fact that you have the Hyuga clan fighting in the war, we could have gotten the Uchiha clan versus the Hyuga, and that could have led to an insane battle because you'll have 2 very skilled clans that use dojutsu duking it out in a battle, and that would have been really awesome to see. So jumping further into this topic, when you have to look at why the Uchiha clan weren't reanimated, Kishimoto made it pretty clear in the manga. However, you have to read the manga very closely to pick up on the clues. So I want you guys to go back to chapter 520 where we learn the requirements for Edo Tensei. To use Edo Tensei, you need the DNA of the person who is being reincarnated, and in that chapter, one of the things that Kabuto says is, and I'm quoting, in other words, I need the individual's DNA. Without it, you cannot perform the Edo Tensei. In addition, those whose souls are not in the Pure Land, those whose souls are sealed away elsewhere, cannot also be revived. So right there, one of the things that you kind of see is the fact that Kabuto didn't have the DNA of the Uchiha. Now that might seem like a no-brainer to a lot of you guys, but at the same time, Kabuto was able to get DNA from a lot of powerful people and had to go through a lot of work to get them. And in fact, he, with the help of White Zetsu, was able to get the DNA of Madara Uchiha. So that's a big question. In fact, some people say that's a plot hole, and I would tell you to kind of back up for a second. I don't think that's a plot hole. However, I do see why a lot of people kind of jump to that conclusion. Now, when you have to look at it, there are a couple things that kind of stands out. One of the things that really becomes clear is the fact that you can probably blame Danzo for Kabuto never getting the Uchiha clan's DNA, because it's very in character for someone like Danzo to say, we just had the Uchiha clan wiped out, so let's go ahead and have their bodies destroyed. And the fact that Sarutobi was also aware of the Uchiha massacre, he would have taken those same precautions. Now, I know somebody somewhere is going to say, well, you have to look at it from this perspective. Danzo took all the Sharingan eyes, that's how he got the Sharingan arm. That's not actually true. It was revealed in Naruto Gaiden that Orochimaru had made the Sharingan arm for Danzo when he was a member of Root, and so that all happened before the Uchiha massacre. So Danzo didn't go to the Uchiha compound that night to get Sharingan eyes in order to get his Sharingan arm, because he already had it at that point. That's something really important to keep in mind. Now, the other thing that you have to kind of keep in mind is the fact that all the way back in chapter 16, Kakashi mentioned the fact that when it comes to dead ninja, their bodies are a treasure trove. You can get so much information about a village and about a clan and everything if you get access to their body. And so I want to bring you guys attention to what Kakashi says in this chapter. What he says is that there is a huge possibility for you to be able to get the secrets of the Sharingan if you recover Kakashi's body, and if you're not careful, there's a danger that the enemy will also steal the jutsu that the corpse of a dead body has. And that's why you see people who specialize in having the bodies of dead ninja erased, which is why when Zabuza's body was apparently taken care of by Haku, Kakashi didn't question it at first. Now, the other thing that you have to look at is the fact that after you look at this, you have to look at the fact that Danzo is a character who has a lot of principles. He's a scumbag, he's a shitbag, but at the same time, he's someone who would agree to take those same measures, because look at how upset he was at knowing that someone who had fought against Shisui in the past, now had the Byakugan, which is one of Konoha's biggest military assets. So I think that that's also something that's very important important. Now, the other thing that you have to look at is the fact that when it comes to the Uchiha clan, you have to look at it from this perspective. Danzo and Sarutobi would clearly destroy their bodies, but also someone like Obito, if their bodies weren't destroyed, someone like Obito would have taken precautions to keep someone like Kabuto from getting a hold of their bodies. Now, another thing you have to look at is the fact that when Madara first died, one of the things that Tobirama and Hashirama did is they put his body in a place that was very hard to be accessed. Now, given the fact that yes, Kabuto was a spy at this point, but I don't believe he was in Konoha, and even if he was in Konoha at this point in the story, Kabuto wouldn't know the first place to look in order to get the bodies of the Uchiha clan. Also, another thing to take into consideration is the fact that Obito would have already been forming the Akatsuki, and also Orochimaru was already in the Akatsuki organization when the Uchiha massacre was going on, so Orochimaru wouldn't even know where to look for the bodies of the Uchiha clan. So when you kind of look at those things, that kind of explains why you didn't see people like Fugaku Uchiha brought back. But then when it comes to a character like Shisui, a lot of people are saying, why wasn't he reanimated? And that's also something that Kabuto touched on in the manga when he's explaining how Edo Tensei works to Obito, and he says that even though he couldn't find the body of Shisui, if Obito would have given the body of Danzo, then he would have been able to revive Shisui, because even the crushed eye of Shisui would have been enough, because there was enough DNA for Kabuto to revive him. So that explains why you didn't see Shisui in the battlefield. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, what about Itachi? Well, you have to remember, Itachi's body was readily accessible. Itachi died fighting Sasuke. He was a member of the Akatsuki. They had ample time to get his DNA, so that's the whole reason why Itachi was brought back. So I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section, do you feel like there's something that I missed? Do you think that the Uchiha clan not being brought back is a bit of a plot hole, or do you think that this is something that kind of makes sense when you look at the in-universe aspect of the Naruto series? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.